Dearest people, a really good quality to have is patience. But as soon as we hear that, it sounds horrible. It sounds like passivity. It sounds like you're suppressing. You're not being authentic, But it's actually a really courageous attitude if we analyze it very carefully. So the only way to understand what patience is to understand the opposite, which is anger, in general, anger, or even the milder versions of anger like irritation, upset, annoyed. So in other words, very simply, and then before that, to understand aversion, we need to understand attachment. It sounds so simple, but it's kind of profound, So this attachment, this constant feeling of wanting what I want, like this fragile child in us, very primordial, always just there, everybody's got it. We don't really notice it much at the time. It's always wanting something. It's always wanting something more. It never thinks I have enough. It never thinks I'm enough. It never thinks things are good enough, So when it doesn't get what it wants, this little fragile child in us, this attachment, that's the arising of aversion, this panic attack, So depending on our habits, how strong it can be violent and shouting and yelling, or it can be quiet, So when we understand this patience, what it really means is, instead of have a panic attack, can't help it, but you try to see the thing. Aversion wants to rush away. Attachment goes, oh, that's delicious, and you go towards it. Aversion goes, no, I don't want to know about that, go away. So we do everything in our power to make it go away, or to wish it will go away. So we don't look at it, So even always the silliest examples I always use, right? The mild things that happen, the little things that happen. Your hubby slurps his coffee. It sounds like ridiculous. How does patience look? Okay, well, what will arise, because it annoys you, means you have aversion to it, means attachment's not getting what it wants. Attachment wants a nice sound, doesn't it? So then as soon as it happens, if you're catching your mind, if you're training yourself to notice your thoughts before they vomit out the mouth, then you're going, oh my God, here he goes again, this irritating noise. He knows I don't like it. That's anger. It's mild anger. So what's patience? You look at it carefully in yourself. You don't have to say anything. And you check, well, what really is it, and you analyze the sound. And you think of it like that. You look it in the eye. You don't resist it. And straight away you do that, the aversion dissipates, when it's a little thing, when it's violent and strong and you haven't practiced, it's too hard. But you've got to start somewhere. So start with the little things. Sort of greet it. Instead of saying, no way, go away, greet it. And even think, if I can, even if you can think, it's only his coffee, for God's sake, let him enjoy his coffee. Straight away you practiced patience and the problem disappeared. That's a simple one. You've got to start with the simple ones, okay? Start with the simple ones. Practice patience, this courageous attitude of greeting the problem. And as soon as you greet it and look it in the eye, it seems to dissipate, because give that a try, okay? That is definitely something to think about and to practice.